Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, the 30-minute sisters are heading to the beach or swimming pool. I'm not sure. Anyway, they're in their swimwear. So we're going to be taking a look at option body parts sets 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. They're kind of 3 sets, but they're 2 separate body sets each. Anyway, we'll get into it for today's review, taking a look at some swimwear options here for your 30-minute sisters kits. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so we're going to do these in pairs because that's very much how they're set up. So this is OB 6 and 7, so option body parts type SO1 color A, and arm parts and leg parts color A. So these are gonna kind of go together, as this set will give you the body, which you can see is basically just like the torso right there, and this set will give you the arms and legs, hand and face option parts, which are all in the same matching skin tone color, which is color A for this set. So as you can see, this one is kind of made for Rashetta, but of course you can use it kind of with any of the different releases. This also comes with some of the option parts to match the color, which looks like clear blue for those. And so aside from our main illustration there, we've got a couple of photographs of what this is going to look like, kind of highlighting which section of the kit this actually builds, just so it's completely clear for you guys. But there on the back, a couple more images of that. And of course you can swap the hair parts as well for making even more options for you. Swap the face parts too. Of course, this is just coming from different option sets there from Bandai. On the inside here, the instructions and everything are going to be printed on the back side of this paper, so just fairly simple construction for these. Of course, on the bottom there is a parts list right there for you. We've got 3 runners in this case. Runner B1, 2, 3, it looks like, is going to be all of our skin tone parts there. Runner A1 is going to be this bluish runner here. It does have a little bit of purple kind of tinge to that there for the actual swimsuit parts. And then runner C2 and 3 is going to be the same kind of connection parts like we've seen in like all the 30-minute sisters kits, but in this case they're clear blue. Then for the arm parts and leg parts, interestingly they chose to put these in a box where the bodies they put in the bag, but on here there's a little bit more real estate for different images and stuff. So like these are the connection parts for the neck, and you can use some of the eye decals, which are also separately available for making different eye parts and everything. Over here, some more images showing how you can use the arms. So you don't necessarily have to use these arms and legs with these swimsuits. You can use them just with the regular kits, so just using like a normal body type, and then just with the bare arms and legs, something like that. So just some different options, of course, that you can do with this. And these are going to be the same, all 3 different versions of these, the actual runners and everything, so I won't go into too much detail. Just going like looking at the runners of each set, as they're basically just going to be in a different skin tone color. But here for the instructions, we've got it in color on one side. The back side here is just going to be in black and white, but yeah, it's going to be pretty straightforward. There's your parts list right there. I guess I can see why we had this in a box instead of in a bag, as it is a lot more runners, but they're all still pretty small. But anyway, these are going to be all our hand parts. This runner kind of already broke up on me. This runner can break up into sections, but this is hand parts here. HA3, HA2, HA1, HA4 here is your standard 30-minute sisters hand parts. FPC4, we've got 2 of these. This is going to be like your part for the inside of the head and the neck connection pieces there. We've got 2 of those just as an extra, I guess. Face parts here, face parts C. Got 2 of those. B2 and 3 is going to be parts for the tops of the arms and the legs. Now the cool thing about these is that these are the parts that don't have seam lines on them. So this is going to be for the top of the arm, this is for the top of the legs. And as you can see, there's a solid part, so you won't have to worry about removing the seam line on those parts, which is nice. A2 and 3 here we've got for the rest of the arms and leg parts here. Again, even for the lower legs, those are also single parts, so no seam lines on any of these, which is really nice on the arms there too. And then HB1 for some more additional hand option parts there. So that's going to be the same for all the 3 different color variants, just going to be in different colors. The next set here, this is option body parts set 8, and the arms and legs is going to be set 9. This one is modeled here for Tiasha, but again, you can kind of use them for whatever anyway, but there's going to be your illustration, photographs of the model set itself right there. And on the back side, another photo and a customized option by swapping the hair parts and the face parts again with that. And it looks like the clear parts in this case are in a clear dark blue, just to kind of match the swimsuit, I guess there. Inside, once again, our instructions here like so. For that, all in black and white, your parts list down there at the bottom. B1, 2, and 3 for the skin tone runner here. Once again, it's a little bit different. This whole section is all the same, but the additional sections added on are kind of different, where we had a section here and here in the other set. Those are missing. Instead, we have this one right there. And then A2 is going to be our swimsuit parts. And as you can see, this is molded in a high gloss, dark navy color. So I guess that's made like that with the intention of making it look wet, which is an interesting choice. And then C2 and C3, like I said, is our clear parts in a clear dark blue there for those. And for the arm parts and leg parts, we've got Tiasha there on the front and just another kind of color body variant there in the back. I believe that's a Lionel set, just kind of modeling how you can use these arms and legs with a non-swimsuit set, again, like I said. But taking a look around here on the box, once again, just showing how you can use the included face and neck parts to make a new face, make a new head for this, make a new face, I guess, not the entire head, using the waterside decals. So you just use the blank face and the waterside decals and you can make some new expression options for you. On the other side of the box, again, just there's some showing some different options here that you can make with that. So like I said, since the instruction manual and the runners are all going to basically be the same here for this set, I'll just show you guys a side-by-side example of the skin tone colors. So here is color B from this set compared to color A from set 1, and so you can see this one is a more pale skin tone compared to the color A, which I guess would be kind of your I don't know, medium kind of skin tone. But anyway, moving on then to option sets 10 and 11. Here is going to be in our color C skin tone. Like I said, this one's modeled for the Lelouch, as you can see there from the illustration. And on the side there, the images of the built kit. In this case, our clear parts are going to be in like a clear white, which is interesting. I mean, the clear parts all match the swimsuit color, so this clear white should be kind of interesting to see how that looks on the kit. If we go back here on the back side, we should be able to see that right here. So yeah, kind of an interesting look. It goes really well with like this white hair, for example, with that one. Kind of makes for an interesting look for that. Of course, there's the kit all built. On the back side of our paper is our instructions for the construction of that. And then we've got our runners. Once again, the same B1, B2, B3 runner, but this time with the addition of this part, which we saw in the first set, and then we have these new parts up there. Our actual swimsuit parts here in white on runner A3 is also kind of a high gloss white here for this one. Interestingly, only 2 parts there for the swimsuit on this one. And then runners C2 and C3, there's those clear white attachment parts right there. Our arm parts and leg parts right here, once again with just photographs of the kit with a normal body, with a swimsuit body, showing off the bare arms and legs there again. On this side, an example of a custom face you can make with the blank face and neck parts and the option decals. And on the other side, again, just going to show you some different options, things that you can make with this by mixing and matching these parts with different kits, different face options, different hair options, different weapon options, of course. And then the contents of this set, again, like I said, gonna be the same, but let's go ahead and take a look at a comparison. I mean, obviously you can tell this is a much darker skin tone. But here's a look going from color A to color B to color C there, so you can see kind of the difference between those. So let me go ahead and get all of this stuff all put together, and then we'll see how it looks. Okay guys, so I've got everything all built up now, and let's take a look at these different bodies and leg combinations here with the 30-Minute Sisters kits. I want to start off by taking a look at the different body sets here, and obviously as they are, they're not going to be full kits because they don't have faces and they don't have hair, but we will also be taking a look at volume 6 of the hairstyle parts in this video as well, which just gives us some more hairstyle parts. We've taken a look at a number of them in the past, so you guys, again, should have a pretty good idea what to expect in terms of these hairstyle parts sets, but we'll take a quick look at this and we'll see those on the kits. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So real quick on the hair parts, like I said, you guys have seen me take a look at these before. This is how the set comes if you get a box set of them, just because this is going to be a store display box, has all 4 types in here. That's going to be type 1 long hair in pink color 1, type 2 medium hair in brown 1, type 4 ponytail hair in purple 1, and a type 1 medium hair in yellow 3. So we're going to have the same type 1 medium hairstyle, that's the hairstyle, and then the color obviously indicates the color. So we're going to have the same hairstyle in both brown and in yellow 3. I've already popped these open and just kind of built up the parts, but just to show you guys, they just come in these individual boxes like that. On the front side of the box, it'll show you the hairstyle on a particular kit. So like here's the yellow one, for example. You can see it's the same hairstyle, but just in a different color. On the sides of the box shows you kind of what you've got in the box there and the other ones available in the set. On the inside of the box, normally it would be your runners. Now I've got everything just kind of cut out and cleaned up. It's just the hair parts, but I just want to show you guys there's no paper instructions included. The instructions for the parts and everything is all just on the inside of the box here. You also have like your parts list and all your kind of normal stuff you would have in the instruction manuals just printed on the inside of the box. Our other 2 sets in here, the ponytail hair in purple and the long hair here in pink. So we'll see these on the kits kind of as we're going through them here today. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. I'm going to be taking a look at the body parts sets along with the arms and legs sets just kind of together, the ones that are matching in color. So this is the body parts type SO2. This body parts set here. I just got kind of everything all put together. So this is a combination of the leg and arm parts and the swimsuit body parts, which would just be just that body set there. So just keep that in mind. This is a combination of sets. Here's what you can see. If you do get both sets, you do also have another second head. It's going to be a little bit difficult to tell. The faces are different though. This one is just kind of a non-smiling face, and this face is slightly smirking a bit. So the expression is going to be different on your different face options included, but obviously without any eye decals or anything included with that. It's just going to be basically just giving you additional faceplate parts in this particular skin tone color if you wanted to use those. From the arms and legs sets, we do have optional clear blue feet here that will go with your clear blue parts there for the ring parts there on the arms and legs. We've got additional versions of those that have pegs sticking out there like that for adding parts on. And for the upper arm as well, one with a peg for adding pieces onto there, and then parts that will fit around the wrist and give you a 3mm peg for adding parts onto the wrist if you wanted to do that there as well. And of course, we've got plenty of hand option parts in here. Aside from these open expressive hands, we've got peace sign hands, pointing hands, all for the left and the right side. Open resting hands and closed fists. I find the open resting hands to be very chubby looking, kind of weird to be honest. Don't really get, I guess they need to be molded that way in order to account for plugging the connection piece into there, but it's kind of unfortunate. Then we've got these holding hands here. The holding hands are going to be a little bit different in that the hinge only swings one way like that, whereas on all the rest of the other hand parts you can rotate the hand, you can like turn, and it turns at like a bit of an angle. The wrist joint turns at a 45-degree angle, and then you can also rotate the hand as well, so you have a bit more articulation in the wrist for most of the hands other than the weapon holding hands. We also have additional and alternative neck pieces here, so this would be a neck piece which will give you more articulation up and down. So if you wanted to do a pose like where you had her like looking up really high or something, you could use this neck joint. The one that I have here on the kit at the moment is the neck joint for side-to-side movement, so you can use either one of those neck joints kind of depending on the pose you want to go for, which one might be better. And so all of those different option parts and everything that we have included here with this is going to be the same for all three of the sets that we're going to be taking a look at today. So I'm not going to go through all the different option parts and everything. It's going to be the same option connection pieces, the same hands, the same addition of these clear blue parts for the bottom of the shoes. And obviously you can't use those with these kits, but that's going to be for just like your main kit. You can swap the parts for the bottom of the feet to match your connection ring parts here basically. So for our demonstration purposes, I'm going to pop a faceplate part on here from the Alka Cardi kit for us to use, and then one of our new hair set parts in here as well. So just to demonstrate to you guys an option of how you can use these sets here just by combining some of your faceplate parts. We also have different eye and like mouth decal. You can get different decal sets from Bandai for customizing your blank faces by just adding your eye decals onto those if you want to. And obviously the hair parts are all compatible. That's one thing that I think Bandai has done really well. One of the many things, this line is pretty fun, but one thing that has been great about this line is the fact that they've made all the face parts in particular and everything else is all like quite compatible. Now between the different body types there is some little bit size difference, sometimes like between like the size of the legs for example, but all the face plates and hair parts are all interchangeable, and that's great. Something that even Kotobukiya in their Megami Device line, which is a fantastic line of model kits, hasn't done, and that different series of Megami Device kits sometimes use different faceplate connectors, and that makes them not always all compatible, which can be an issue sometimes if you're wanting to mix and match. Alright, taking a look then at our next set, which would be the Color C body parts type SO3 suit here. Once again, this is the combination of the swimsuit body and the bare arms and leg parts in that color, which do come with the clear parts in this case for the upper arms, the upper legs to be in this kind of clear white, and again does include those same clear white parts for the bottoms of the shoes. And once again, really nice detail around here for the swimsuit on this one, with those parts being in like a kind of high gloss white. It does look really nice compared with the more tanned skin tone color here of color C for the skin tone. This set obviously working well with Lulus or Luluce here for the character, and then I'm going to use the brown hair. And important to point out too, guys, while I'm putting the hair parts onto here, that the ring parts that you have on the upper arms and legs are of course totally optional, so you can have those on there, or if you don't want to have those on, the arm parts will fit together completely flushly, as you may have just noticed taking a look at the previous kit. Those will fit completely flush there without those ring parts installed, so you can do that. That'll also of course make the arms and legs slightly shorter. Another thing I'll point out to you guys is when you're building these kits, make sure you're paying really close attention to the manual and the parts that you need, because like for the left arm and the right arm, for example, the arm parts, the forearm and upper arm parts may look exactly the same at a glance, but once you build the kit, if your like arms or legs or whatever are looking a little bit weird, it may be because you used the wrong part. So just make sure you're paying attention closely to the parts number to the left and the right side. Even though they're very, very slightly different, it is going to make a difference in making sure the kit actually looks like it's supposed to look when it's all built. All right, for the third and final set then, a Type S01 in color A here is going to be best used for Rishetta as pictured there in the photo, but again, that's just going to be just for helping to match the face parts from the original kit with the skin color of the arms and legs set and the swimsuit body that we have here. So once again, swimsuit parts all look really nice. The clear blue parts especially look really nice, just as a nice kind of accent to the blue swimsuit in this case. Those clear parts though, of course, from the arms and legs set, whereas the body parts set is just only for the main torso and just the upper arms and upper thighs without the clear parts on there, so just something to keep in mind. As you can see though, with these suits are just great to help give you lots of different options. Now obviously if you're going to be painting the skin, you don't really need to worry about what skin tone or what color the skin color is for these sets, but having all these different types of sets available does give you just tons of options that you can do, mixing and matching and everything, and that's one of the great things about this line that makes them so fun. And you don't necessarily have to keep them as just plain swimsuit bodies. Of course, you can use the included attachment parts or mix and match parts from the different kits to give them more weaponry. You could use like just the main core swimsuit body, but then have like the armored arms and legs, or just kind of vice versa, have some where it's got like all the armor or sort of suit, everything on it, and then just have like the bare set of legs or something, for example. So there's all sorts of different combinations that you can do. And I'm only going to be able to show you just a couple of examples in this video, but hopefully that was helpful for you guys just to see some of the different things that you can do with these sets. And they're a lot of fun. I do have some more reviews on the way coming up from the next couple of kits out in the line and option sets. So I'll probably have another 30-Minute Sisters review video out for you guys probably pretty soon, where we'll be taking a look at some more of the recent releases in the line. But if you guys want to check out any of this stuff for yourself, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. We've got all sorts of the 30-Minute Sisters as well as 30-minute missions, which are also compatible. The 30-minute missions, option parts, and everything, of course, is compatible as well. And then everything else from Bandai you can check out there at the link in the video description. As always, guys, leaving a like, making sure that you're subscribed, leaving a comment, all that is greatly appreciated and very helpful. So thank you guys all so much for all of your support. Till next time, I hope you guys all have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.